Hello and welcome to my first ever video blog. I am 21 weeks pregnant today, woohoo, with my third pregnancy, but the first one to reach this far. We lost one due to a severe neural tube defect at 12 weeks and we had a miscarriage also at 8 weeks. So I'm delighted to say I'm 21 weeks and we had a fantastic anomaly scan last Friday. I decided to set up this video blog to share with you guys a load of the products that I'm using or I'm going to try and test during this pregnancy, because there's many things that are great to use, some that are good to use, and then some that you really should steer clear of during pregnancy. When you've had losses, you tend to be a lot more aware of what you're putting in your body, what impacts it has on you, and more importantly, what impacts it's having on your unborn child. So I'm going to start with a product that I've been using since after our first loss, and the reason I use this product is because of its ingredients. It is a prenatal by Thorne Research. It's an American company, but you can get it on Amazon in the UK, and I'm pretty sure you can get it in quite a few places in the US. This product I've chosen to use instead of Pregnacare, made by Vitibiotics, is because it has folate in it rather than folic acid. Folic acid is the synthetic form of folate, so your body has to convert it to be able to make use of it. Folate is what you naturally find in vegetables, spinach, etc. And your body doesn't need to convert it in the same way, so it's more usable for your system. And any of you that know, thinking about getting pregnant or are pregnant, you need folic acid specifically in the first 12 weeks for your baby's neural tube. And the neural tube is the area that connects the spine to the brain, and neural tube defects are those such as spina bifida, anencephaly, acrania, and there are hydrocephalus, and there are a number of others. So I was put on 5 milligrams of folic acid anyway, prescribed by the doctor, but I decided to take folate as well because that covers all the bases. If my body can't convert it, then I'm getting the natural form that it doesn't need to anyway. This vitamin also has huge amounts of other fantastic vitamins and everything you need for pregnancy and for breastfeeding and for conception. You need to prepare your body before you get pregnant anyway. So I would highly recommend this. It's not on the cheap side. However, within a week of using this, I noticed a difference in my nails, in my hair, in my skin, and it's a fantastic vitamin. So secondly, onto skin. My skin looks okay now, and it is fairly good. I think second, mainly due to my regime, but also I'm in the second trimester now, and they say this is where you start to glow before you start to feel completely shattered again. However, in my first trimester, oh boy, did my skin get bad, and really bad. I naturally get cystic acne, especially around my chin area anyway, and what happened in the early days of the pregnancy was a lot of dryness and soreness, and then the acne as well, which was not much fun. So my real godsend has been this. This is a Clarisonic Mia 2 brush. It vibrates and then you rub it around your face as well, and it takes a minute. It does different areas, 20 seconds on your chin and your forehead, and then 10 seconds for either cheeks and your nose. I believe that since using this, my skin has got considerably better. It was really dry, and this has allowed my moisturiser to be absorbed much better into my skin. My skin's softer, healthier, and I don't have so many breakouts. I still have the odd blackhead and things and the odd pimple, but the pimples tend to go very quickly rather than staying there and throbbing for ages. So I would highly recommend the Clarisonic Mia 2. I use it with Neal's Yard Rose Facial Wash. This smells beautiful, is very gentle on the skin. I have very sensitive skin, and it's perfect, to be honest. I think it is oil free. You just massage it into your skin. I use it in the morning in the shower and then wash it off, and in the evening I use this and then use the Clarisonic brush. It doesn't lather a huge amount, but it does a little, and then I just wash it off afterwards and then go on to moisturise. So a real winner. It's not the cheapest, it's about £15.50. You can actually get this in Waitrose now, but it's the same price to buy online, and this I would say would last around 2 months. I then go on to my moisturiser. Now, I'm not one for lots of different products because my skin gets really irritated by things, but I was finding it was incredibly dry. So the product I actually use on my face as well as the rest of my body is a body moisturiser. It's called Full Cream, and it's by Mugu, who are an Australian brand who created all their products from milk bases, basically. And I normally get very oily skin, but the early days of pregnancy I seem to have got very dry skin and sore, especially around the nose and the chin area. And this has been fantastic. I cannot use things like cocoa butter because they make me sweaty, so on my body I can't use that. I know it's a great product and people recommend it, but for me it makes me hot. In the first 12 weeks of pregnancy I really struggled to moisturise my body because it made me feel sick. So the smell of it made me hot and sick and sticky. So as soon as I could, at around I think 12 to 14 weeks, I started moisturising and lathering this stuff on my body everywhere, every day. And it goes on my face, down my neck, on my breasts, my belly, and it's fantastic stuff. I also have another product that I use by Mugu, and that's their Fresh Cream deodorant. This is a completely natural product. They say you may need more of it than other deodorants, but to be honest, I sweat anyway, and I find this just as good as any other deodorant. It doesn't have aluminium and other products in it, which, to be honest, if they're by your sweat glands, they're seriously going to be absorbed by your body. So anything in those sensitive areas, especially my underarms are very sensitive, I would recommend using something very natural. You can see the big aluminium free on there. So they're my main go-to products that I have used since the beginning of my pregnancy. I would highly recommend all of them, especially if you get the nausea in the early days of pregnancy. I wasn't ever sick until I think week 15. I woke up one morning and I threw up. I have no idea where it came from, but I felt very queasy in the mornings, and so I would always have biscuits by my bed, and I couldn't deal with even bio oil. To me, it wasn't the smell for me, it was I would feel hot. So don't worry in those first few weeks if you're struggling to do the moisturising and the regimes. Try and look after your skin as much as you can, but don't put loads of products on. Use as much natural ingredients that you can and stick to the basics. Just get yourself through, and trust me, it does get a bit easier. Well, I've got lots of different things to talk to you about and tell you about. I have a blog called Milky Mountains, which I will video blog about why it has that name, much due to my expanding chest. I'm naturally a very small person, and yes, we have grown considerably in the past 21 weeks, but I will share that with you in another video, and you can see the joys of bra shopping when you have a very small back and a very large bust. Anyway guys, please leave comments, subscribe to the channel, and nip over to Milky Mountains for any more details. There are recipes on there, and I will be daily blogging there too. Thanks, bye!